But then a lot of people out there don't know, so they know what they see in the movie.
Yeah.
Or some people, they look at it, they know it's full of shit, but they just like it. I don't know, but it was all, I look at it, again, like a huge disappointment for me was Robert De Niro. Mm-hmm. Being, one of my favorite actors. Yeah. And I just don't, his personal beliefs, I just disagree with.
Mm. Yeah, he seems like he's gotten real, like, vocal about, like, different things in the past, decade or so. And it's interesting. I mean, the people are allowed to do what they want to do. It's just I never knew him to be that type. I think of him in, like, my, of a hero of my childhood, just with all these damn movies. But to see him now, it's funny he's so outspoken and he's so vocal about stuff,
Yeah, which is, his right to do, but kind of a disappointment because, again, I want to get into politics. Because, again, I believe politics suck. He has a huge platform. When that guy speaks, a lot of people are going to listen.
Yeah.
I just think a lot of things he didn't have to do.
Speaking of, did you see they're remaking Heat?
No.
Yeah, they're doing Heat too. Maybe they can find the picture. But it's Leo DiCaprio. It's Austin Butler. God, there's so many other actors in it. Pacino.
They're remaking it, or it's going to be a part 2?
I don't know what it is. If it's either like a remake or like a part 2 type of thing. But yeah, they're redoing the Heat, either redoing it or it's a sequel. But it's all connected to the original Heat story. And but Leo DiCaprio is the main.
They use nice Italian bread too. See the semolina?
Oh yeah, no, that's a whole different thing.
Semolina with the seeds, and then they got the regular.
Yeah, no.
I tell you, you know what? My tooth is still. Let me give you a word of advice with your teeth, right? So I go in, I get checked up, and they say I need a small cavity on my left side, and I need a crown on my lower right. Don't get them done on the same day. It's a bad idea. I was in the chair for 3 hours. What you thought would take 2 needles wound up taking 10 needles.
Oh, man.
My gum is still sore, It's miserable. And then that noise with the drill. I love that sound, right? Don't you love that? It's like, I told the doctor, I said, the dentist, could you, that drill like zzz, can you get that for me on a CD so I can play it in my car? I just love that sound.
Oh, shit, man. Yeah, that is the absolute worst.
Excuse me?
Wow, man.
Yeah, I've been laying off the bread a little bit, but, I'll probably eat it later anyway. So you're saying you were going to ask me about something else. I forgot what it was before we started.
Oh, you know what? Here I did have a question for you. How did Arizona become the place to come? I've heard of a lot of different folks. Back in the day, I used to work at this major sales call center. And at this call center, a bunch of these guys, they got busted for MDMA, ecstasy. And I guess they were connected to this guy who's out here, Sammy the Bull. And so how did Arizona, I guess he's out here, and I don't know the whole story there, but how did Arizona become the place to come? Do you know how that ended up becoming a thing for like witness protection?
Like everybody now thinks like, they'll say it's like a joke. If you go to witness protection, you're going to be in Florida or Arizona.
Okay.
And I know how we got here. The marshals didn't put us here.
The who?
The marshal service.
When service.
When you go into the program, you're with the marshals.
Oh, okay.
The marshals didn't put us here. We came here.
Interesting. So it was a choice to come to Arizona.
Yeah.
Wow. And are you allowed to talk about any of the inspiration behind that choice?
Sure. Well, one, the weather, right? What happened was we were driving through, and like, I'll tease my old man, like, I'll call him Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
He discovered Arizona, So, you're driving through, you've seen the palm trees. It was in the wintertime like it is now. I don't even think we had a winter out here. We probably skipped the whole winter. Think about it. Back east, it's still digging snow.
I know.
We're in our shorts with 85 degrees, 90. I think it's going to be 90 all week.
90 all week. Yeah, it's crazy.
And already pushing up.
Yeah.
Being spring. Spring's right around the corner. So,
yeah.
So I guess he came here they drove through at the right time. It was the winter time. The palm trees are going. It's a beautiful place. I'm like, yeah, this is the spot.
Wow. So it's just that simple. Yeah. So it's as simple as like beautiful weather and
love Arizona.
It. Wow.
Probably never leave here.
Really? Wow.
I mean, it's hard to beat.
Now, what makes Arizona better than Florida, in your opinion, as far as where to be?
No alligators. No, I'm only kidding. Well, no, I'm not kidding. I hear these alligators are like pretty, they jump up in your backyard, they jump in your pool.
That's crazy.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
You bet you want a freaking alligator?
Charles Barkley told that story. Yeah. Charles Barkley said he was going to pick between Phoenix and Florida. And when he was visiting us, he chose Florida. Then he was touring his house. And he said, hey, what's that thing swimming around over there in my swimming pool? And she goes, oh, that's just an alligator. Don't worry about it unless you have dogs or children. And he's like, well, I got both, dogs and children. So he chose Phoenix Suns instead. Yeah. He came to Arizona. Yeah.
He'll probably never leave.
Yeah, no, he's
a cool guy. I met him a couple of times.
Did you? Yeah. He's a Phoenix guy now, man. That's all because of what you said, the alligator thing.
I see alligators. Now they got this new thing out there. I never knew about it. It's like a Florida panther. These big cats running around too.
Oh, is that the inspiration behind Florida Panthers?
I guess so.
Oh, I didn't
but you know what it is? The hurricanes, the humidity. Out here, I mean, it gets hot. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. I mean, you'll see it on the news, 120 degrees. What the right?
Yeah.
But it's not. It's bearable. It's not. I'd rather be hot than cold. But in Florida, it could be 90 or whatever. But the humidity. As soon as you get out of the shower, you need another shower.
Now, what was the best time back home to put in work, like do dirt? What did the gangs love most? Did they love the winter most, or did they love summer? What do you think is the best time for them to put in work?
Oh, the wintertime.
Wintertime.
Yeah, because you got bomber jackets.
Okay.
It's called the clipping season.
The clipping season. Yeah. No shit.
So when the cold weather comes around, you got a nice bomber.
Yeah.
You could conceal. You can hide all your guns and stuff.
Summer is harder because you don't have the way to carry it.
Yeah.
Wow. So winter was called clipping season. So that's when it all happened.
Well, I mean, we used to call it the clipping season.
No shit.
As soon as fall hit,
clipping season starts.
Clipping season starts. It was like don't get me wrong, it's not a funny thing, but we used to joke around.
Yeah.
We used to say, clipping season's coming.
Wow, man.
Usually around September.
Wow. Now, what was how did you, if you were to go all the way back to square one, how did you end up getting, I mean, it sounds like this could be a family thing, but how did you end up getting involved? Are you allowed to talk about it? I don't want to.
Yeah. No, that's a whole thing. I was pretty much born into it.
Okay. So you were born into this.
Yeah. I was born into it. There was a lot of things that I did and I was involved in that got me to where I went. But, when I think about the food, right? Because, that's what you do. You're a food critic.
Yeah.
Right? How symbolic the food is.
Yeah.
And the restaurants and the cafes and, in the neighborhood. And the memories I have when I smell something. Like I'll smell like a certain type of food or something, It brings you back. Sipping a Yoo-hoo, sipping a Manhattan Special.
I love that.
Just little things like that,
I do have a question for you. So you have some nicknames out there. Have you heard of these things? These damn are those real?
No.
Okay.
It's just what the government. One of them is called what? Spaghetti Man. Right?
Something like that. Yeah. So that's why I was like wanted to ask you because obviously the foodie.
So here's how that happened, right? So I'm gonna give you the Cliff Notes. I was running heroin up to Boston, and I had a Puerto Rican kid that was my partner, and he was running everything for me up there, right? So every time he used to come down to see me, I would supply him. I'd give him heroin. And I was eating a dish of pasta.
Right.
Okay? Twice, I remember it vividly. I was eating spaghetti. Okay? So my name to his work is, well, hey, I just got done seeing Spaghetti Man. Not to say my name.
Got it.
Not to say, hey, I just came from Frank, I got the goods.
Right.
He would say Spaghetti Man.
Spaghetti Man.
That's where I came from. So what they did was
That's terrifying. That picture is terrifying.
What they did was they put down the indictment, Spaghetti Man, because
Spaghetti Man.
It matches the tape.
Yeah.
But I never had a nickname.
So that was not your real. That was all.
My last name was like my nickname, Gioia.
Everyone called you Gioia.
Yeah, so that was like my nickname, Frankie Gioia.
Okay.
No, never had a nickname. One indictment said Babyface.
Yeah, what was up with that one?
No idea.
They just came up with that out of thin air.
No idea. The government will come up with an indictment, and you'll see all these crazy things and stuff. You say, why are they putting that in there? Well, it means something, because if they have a tape or they have somebody talking about you, whatever, they could point to it.
Got it. So is that where all the nicknames come from in the mob?
No, some nicknames are
the real one.
Yeah, all the real ones.
Got it. Like Frankie 2 times or whatever. The guy who says, "Get the paper, get the paper." That type of stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. I never heard of Frankie 2 times, but maybe that's just a movie thing.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, maybe he did exist, but I didn't know.
You fuck around and playing with the wrong pistol. My shit got a broken safety. Flow sumo, this ain't a game, Uno. Shout out to my Usos, killing bills like Uma. Balls travel from Pluto, big truck soprano, gabagool and prosciutto, kicking ill like judo, judge and jury like Judy. Hoes think they knew me, flows flow through me. Nike gray hoodie, contemplating money. Bees swarming like honey, watch your lil' homie filter through the phonies. Shout out to Tony, white girls with the yayo, pistol with the potato, departing suckers like Leo, getting dough like Philo, ops end up like Greedo, always roll solo, prime rib with the vino, flow Jurassic like Dino, game long as DeVito, AZ always sunny, but ain't shit really funny.